The night air carried salt and music, the kind of sound that made the marina feel alive even past midnight. The Bay Lantern Bar, a dockside favorite for locals and tourists alike, was hosting its annual end-of-summer celebration. The lights shimmered across the water like gold threads weaving the sea to the shore. But beyond the laughter, a single boat drifted in the shadows, its motor off, its deck silent. Only the faint sound of a safety latch clicking broke the stillness. The shooter had been planning this night for months. Inside, people toasted the season's end. The jukebox played old rock tunes, and the bartender poured one drink after another. No one saw the rifle glinting beneath the boat's dim cabin light. When the first shot rang out, it didn't sound real. It was just another sharp noise in a night full of them. By the time anyone understood, the water itself seemed to roar. The Bay Lantern became a war zone on the water. By dawn, the marina looked like the aftermath of a storm. Police tape rippled in the breeze, reflecting red and blue flashes from patrol lights. The Bay Lantern sign hung crooked, a bullet hole piercing through the wooden L. Detective Maya Torres stepped onto the dock, her boots leaving wet prints on the planks. The air smelled of gunpowder and seawater. 3 bodies had been pulled from the water, and 6 others were hospitalized. The shooter had vanished, gone with the tide. Ethan Cole, the dockmaster, stood nearby, watching divers recover shell casings. He'd been closing up the marina office when he saw the boat, a white 20-foot skiff drifting just off the waterline. He'd heard the pops before anyone realized they weren't fireworks. "Did you see the shooter?" Maya asked. "Just shadows," Ethan said. "But I saw where they came from." He pointed toward the channel, a stretch of water winding through salt marshes. No one goes out there without knowing these waters. The shooter wasn't an outsider. He was one of them. The investigation spread through the town like a rip current. Locals whispered about grudges and debts, old anger that had festered beneath the easy smiles of a tourist town. Maya visited the hospital to speak with survivors. Each one described the same thing. The shots came from the water, fast and rhythmic, a ghostly vessel lit by the moon. One survivor remembered hearing the hum of a trolling motor. Another swore the shooter called out a name before firing. Back at the station, Maya pored over boat registries. There were hundreds of small crafts registered along the coast, but only a handful had gone unaccounted for that night. Ethan brought her coffee, strong and black. "You think it's someone from town?" he asked. Maya nodded slowly. Someone who knows how to disappear on the water. Outside, the tide was rising again. The first breakthrough came from a grainy piece of marina footage. The camera caught a white skiff leaving the dock around 11:47 p.m., the same time witnesses said the music had stopped. The boat's registration number had been scratched off, but the engine's unique sound, captured faintly in a nearby phone recording, led Maya to a local mechanic. "Only one guy runs that model around here," the mechanic said. Dale Hensley. Hensley was a former commercial fisherman, known for his temper. 2 years earlier, his brother had drowned off the same coast during a boating accident, an accident that some blamed on negligence from the Bay Lantern's owners. Maya and Ethan exchanged a look. Revenge on the water. But when they reached Hensley's shack, the place was empty. The boat slip was vacant. Only a weathered photograph sat on the counter. 2 brothers, smiling with a striped base between them. The caption read, "Last good catch." Word spread fast. Dale Hensley's name was on every dock and diner. The sheriff's office put out a bolo for his boat, the Meridian. Maya studied the case file late into the night. The pattern of shots, the precision, this wasn't random. It was a message. Ethan brought her more than just local gossip. He brought maps of the estuaries, pointing to spots where a boat could hide between tides. "If he's still out there," Ethan said, "he's watching us." That thought lingered. At 3 a.m., Maya got the call. A Coast Guard patrol spotted a light moving through the inlet. When they reached the site, the boat was gone, but a floating jacket with Hensley's initials was found tangled in reeds. The water held its secrets close. A week later, a fisherman reported finding an abandoned skiff half buried in mud off Driftwood Cove. Inside lay an empty rifle case, a soggy notebook, and a plastic tag from a marina fuel pump. The handwriting in the notebook was uneven, letters slanted as if written during a storm. "They took everything. They laughed while he drowned. I'm just returning the tide." Maya closed the notebook, feeling the weight of it in her hands. She realized this wasn't just a shooting, it was a cycle of vengeance, twisted by grief and isolation. The water had taken one life and inspired the end of others. Ethan looked out toward the cove. "He's not coming back," he said softly, "but the town will never forget his name." Tourism slowed to a crawl. The Bay Lantern reopened under new management, but few locals returned. The memory of that night lingered in every echo of laughter, every clink of glass. The DA's office declared the case closed, presumed suicide by drowning. But Maya wasn't satisfied. There were gaps in the timeline, inconsistencies in the currents. Ethan kept working the docks, though he rarely spoke of that night again. Sometimes, late at night, he'd hear an engine out on the water, faint, like a ghost passing through fog. In her final report, Maya wrote, "Some crimes end when the gun is fired. Others drift, like tides that never come home." Months later, a new family moved into town, unaware of what had happened that September. They brought their boat to the marina, their laughter echoing over the same water that once carried gunfire. Maya, now transferred to another district, stopped by before leaving. She looked at the calm waves and thought about the case file she'd sealed. The name, Hensley, had become folklore, a ghost story told in whispers. Ethan waved from across the dock, his expression solemn but peaceful. "Tide's turning," he said. She nodded. "Let's hope it's for good this time." As she walked away, the sound of the sea followed her, soft, endless, and unforgiving.